welcome to Pita's Practical Tarot. Thank you for being here and joining me. So this is a love reading for singles, and we are asking, what do you need to know right now? I am doing this for the month of September, but whenever you find this, I hope that there are messages here for you. We will be starting each reading. This is an all signs reading, and then each reading I'll start with an energy check. So that first part should sound like your story and something that you recognize. If it doesn't sound like your story, then feel free to check out different placements. You can always look for your sun sign, moon sign, rising, and I highly recommend Venus. But trust yourself, trust that you know which of the messages you hear are for you. Yeah, I think that's the gist of the reading. If there's anything for you in this reading at all, I would absolutely love to hear from you. Let me know if you'd like to see more readings like this. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, and I say let's get started. All right. So I will be starting today with Pisces. So hello Pisces. Hello Pisces sun, moon, rising, Venus, or whichever person brought you here. Welcome to your reading. This is your energy check. So this part of the reading should sound like you here. All right. Now you have the Fool showing up reversed and the Ten of Cups showing up reversed right out of the bat. Starting strong, huh, Pisces? Wow. Look, I'm gonna say with the Ten of Cups showing up reversed here, you could be very focused on something that recently fell apart is what I'm getting. Maybe something that was a false start for some of you. Like, I don't know, I'm getting the sense of like you may have felt like you had found somebody that you could build with that was bringing you this emotional fulfillment that you were starting to dream up of, right? Like where it could head and what it could be, but then it just kind of didn't get going. So now there's a sense of you feeling stuck. I'm seeing this as cycles that still need to be wrapped up within you, but it feels like, I'm gonna say, there could be a little bit of a sense of fear of starting again, of doing something over. With the Fool reversed, I feel like you're keeping yourself from taking that leap of faith into something new and something different. Now, I'm gonna say, if it's because you need time to heal, then definitely honor that you need time to heal, right? But let's see what else. Let's see what else is in here for you. All right, so we're gonna ask, all right, what does Pisces need to know right now? Yeah, oh yeah, you are being very highly encouraged to let go. Oh, you are being very, 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 very highly encouraged to let go, okay? Look, you have the Eight of Cups in your innermost and the Six of Swords and so I do this as like what's in your deep within and then what's coming your way, okay? And I do feel like you will be moving on. Eight of Cups, it's all about walking away, right? And then the Six of Swords is about moving towards something new, something different. Highly encouraged from the universe to let something just release it. I want to say that the messages around here, around this moving, I feel like it can be a very emotional decision. Like for some of you, I really do get the sense that you may have thought that, I don't know, like this last person was the one, or I knew exactly what it was that I wanted. It's not, if it's not that you're thinking about a specific person, it could even be that you maybe had even thought of like, this is what my Ten of Cups looks like, right? This is what me being happy entails. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, no, that I don't know if that's exactly what I want. I don't know if my dreams are changing here. The Eight of Cups wants you to dream big. It wants you to consider, like, I feel like consider your feelings, consider your emotions and all those things, but don't limit yourself. I feel like your heart has big dreams for you that you may be ignoring at this moment. And there's something here about reconciling it like with your thoughts. I'm almost getting it as a mental block. Like you might be trying to dismiss your feelings, dismiss what your heart wants, but I'm seeing the Six of Swords as a sort of encouragement. Like your thoughts are saying, you know what, why not? Why can't we dream up of what's on the other side? We don't like where we're at right now. Like, let's delve into the unknown. I don't care what's on the other side. This is, I don't know, I'm just seeing like new dreams. This is my new dream, right? And I feel like your thoughts are saying, why can't we dream up a new world for ourselves here? I'm gonna say, I do feel like as far as your love life specifically, you could feel like there are some delays, like things are just kind of not coming your way. But I would ask you to ask yourself, you know, one, what is it that you are dreaming of? What is it that you are looking for? And how much work are you putting into taking care of yourself right now? Or like how much, like, are you, like, what role are you playing, right? And like in the, like, what role are you playing in the actual manifestation of your dreams? Okay, because you have the Knight of Pentacles showing up here, who is very grounded. Okay, they do the work, they actually they actually, right, want to charge towards something and make it real, right? Like that, like they're not just talking about it, they're not just dreaming about it, they're saying this is what I do every day to work toward what I want. And I feel like for those of you that have gained more clarity about your dreams, you're being asked to consider your actions, okay? For those of you that are still gaining clarity, right? Like maybe you've recognized that your dreams are changing. Maybe you've recognized that, like, I no longer want this one thing, right? I'm looking for something different now. And for those of you that are still trying to figure out what the something different is, I feel like you are being asked to, you know, go deep within, okay? I'm gonna say, it's gonna sound maybe a little bit weird, but for some of you, like traveling, exploring new places, okay? I'm seeing just like learning more about the world, like kind of meeting new people, meeting different kinds of people. I feel like there's something here about you, um, I don't know. I'm really getting it as traveling, okay? I don't know, like, and I'm gonna say I want to be very real about the fact that traveling is not something that we all have access to. So it could just be that you're learning about new places, or maybe you're opening up to meeting people that are different than you, right? People with different backgrounds, or people with different understandings, different upbringings, you know, whatever it is, right? Kind of be open minded to differences, is how I'm seeing this, okay? And then I feel like, you know, maybe it sounds a little bit selfish, but I do feel like you're going to be bringing in this energy of what you're learning about the outside world, and then bringing it to your deep within to help you, like, ignite that fire within you, right? Like I feel like there's going to be a little bit of inspiration from you putting, you know, kind of learning, exploring, right? I'm not even saying like putting yourself out there romantically, like, in, if you're not ready, right? Like I think, you know, right? Like for those of you that are ready, then it's like, okay, well then, you know, what are you actually doing? And for those of you that are not ready to put yourself out there, you're still learning about yourself, I feel like that's kind of coming your way when you start doing work toward exploration, toward finding new things here. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, Pisces. I hope that there were messages for you here. If there were, I would absolutely love to hear from you. Your likes, comments, subscribes really help. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, and best wishes this month. All right, we are going to move on to Aquarius. All right, I'm gonna do a pre-shuffle or before this. All right, hello, Aquarius, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, whatever placement brought you here. Welcome to your reading. We are starting with your energy check. Goodness golly. Wow, okay, you have the Lover showing up reversed and the Knight of Wands showing up reversed as well, okay? I'm gonna say, I mean, with the Lover showing up reversed, I mean, what else can we say other? I'm gonna say, like, you're probably feeling imminent heartbreak is the way that I got it, okay? But, this, I mean, this could be, for some of you, it might not be a specific relationship. It could just be, right, like, your heartache is very much in the forefront of your mind and your heart, is how I'm getting it, whether this includes one particular relationship or it includes a series of relationships, okay? That's kind of what I was going to say about that. But I do feel like this has been, I feel like like you are actually really focused on your love life right now, you know? For some of you, I'm gonna say, like, you could be feeling exhausted, feeling kind of tired, feeling like, I don't know if I want to put myself out there. And for others of you, you could be, how can I say this? appropriately or without getting okay, you look, I'm just gonna be blunt, okay? For some of you, like, you could be having a lot of escapades, a lot of, you know, flings, just a lot of, you know, random passionate encounters kind of thing. So like the way that you're putting your energy out there can vary. I'm getting like for some of you just being like, I'm tired of dating, I don't want to do it, I'm exhausted. And for others of you, it's just like you're looking for kind of to satiate that emotional need. I feel like you have this emotional need here that you've been trying to fill in with just kind of, I keep hearing sexcapades, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna throw it out there. But, you know, it was just kind of, you know, passionate encounters or fun times and things like that. But, well, if that sounds like you, let's see what else you need to know right now. All right, what else, Aquarius, you need to know right now, all right? All right, you have the Four of Pentacles showing up reverse, the Page of Cups. All right, Five of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, okay, look. You're definitely being asked to check in with yourself about where you're directing your energy. All right, because with the Eight of Pentacles showing up reversed, and the Four of Pentacles showing up reversed, it's like there's something that you keep doing the same way that is causing you to, right, feel this exhaustion, right, to feel really tired about it. And with the Eight of Pentacles, there's this reminder that whatever it is that you're doing, for better or for worse, that's what's going to keep manifesting, right? Like, look, I'm even gonna look, and I please know that I am not shaming anybody. I am not in any sort of way trying to, you know, like, so for example, right, like those of you that you're like, well, I do just want to have some flings, I do just want to have some fun, like that's where I'm at right now. Cool, like you do you, okay? Like I'm not shaming anybody for that, okay? But what I do want to say, the message that I'm getting here is that for some of you, there's the sense of like maybe you are tired of flings, maybe you're tired of just like people who come and go and you want something more committed, right? I do see that you're working through a lot of pain, a lot of healing, and I feel like, you know, you could be doing things to try to distract you from that, and it ends up, right, kind of keeping you stuck in the same pattern here. Now, what I'm gonna say is, so for example, right, like if you're tired of having that energy show up, but then you keep giving to that energy, right? So, well, what am I talking about, right? So kind of back to the thing, right? Like, let's say that maybe you're like, I'm tired of flings, right? I'm tired of people who are not really there or not really grounding something. But then you keep giving your energy to that, right? Like you keep opening yourself up to people who are just there for a, you know, there for a fun time, there for a good time, because you're like, oh, well, I'm just gonna do this while I find the one. But you're still giving that energy, like that's where you're placing your energy. So that's what's going to keep coming your way. Does that make sense? I don't know. I hope that makes sense, right? So I feel like that's what you're being asked to check in with yourself about. Because if you're good, right, and you're like, okay, yeah, cool, that's what I want to do, cool, right? But for some of you, there's this redirection, right? So it's like if you're actually looking for this well-balanced connection, if you're actually looking for this lover's energy where you feel, you know, like you're looking for your person, which is what I'm getting, right? Like I feel like you're looking for this real connection. But you, it's like, what have you been doing to kind of bring that in? There's something that you're being asked to let go of. I'm gonna say this, like for some of you, this could be a person. Like there could be a person that's kind of distracting you, kind of keeping you, I'm gonna throw this out there, could be an Aries, could be a Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, doesn't have to be, okay? But somebody that I feel like this person's not committing to you. They're very flighty, coming and going, but then they're keeping you from actually giving your energy to looking for something more steady. So it's like they're not committing, but then you can't commit to somebody else while you're still with them, right? Like there's like, I don't know. Look, that's not going to be for everybody, but I do see that happening over here, okay? I'm going to say, you know, with the Page of Cups showing up here, I feel like you're being encouraged to take some risks, take some chances on putting yourself out there, you know, getting in touch with the more loving part of yourself with the Page of Cups is very loving, very giving, very dreamy, you know? So I feel like you're being asked to, you know, it's okay, you know, like pages are unrefined. They might not know, right? Like they might, I don't know why I heard professional lovers, right? They might not be professional lovers. Why did I put, anyway. The point is that they take those chances, right? Like they're willing to say, okay, you know what? I'm being open with my feelings. You know what? I'm willing to start something new, something different, something that's other than this Knight of Wands, right? Like these, because I feel like at the root of it, you are looking for this connection, but you haven't been willing to be vulnerable and actually try to create those loving connections. So that's what I have for you right now, Aquarius. I hope that there were messages for you in this reading. If there were, please feel free to let me know. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Best wishes this month. All right. Goodness. All right. We are going to move on to Capricorn. Hello, 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 Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Venus, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome. This part of the reading is an energy check. So it should resonate with you. All right. If it doesn't, please feel free to check out a different placement. You have the, goodness golly, you have the Seven of Swords and the Two of Pentacles showing up here for you. All right. Now I'm gonna say, whew, all right, for some of you, I'm seeing this. For some of you, it could be like a specific connection that's making that I feel like you're still stuck on this, right? Like you're stuck, you're like, I'm getting the sense of like, I really felt balanced with this person. I really thought this was my other half, right? Like you can see that, right? Like they complete each other or something. But there could have been some lying, some cheating, some manipulations. I'm gonna say some addictions. I don't know, like just a lot of complicated and challenging energy that got in the way of this connection being truly balanced, right? Because the Two of Pentacles showed up reversed, okay? For those of you that are not dealing with somebody, I feel like you could be, or because this is intended to be for singles, but look, when energy shows up how it wants to show up, right? And I know, you know, with the rise of situationships, you know, that's just, it is what it is. Anyway, for some of you though, I feel like you could be carrying patterns of, you know, like maybe it's not that every single one of your past relationships had all of these things, but you could be caught in patterns, right? Where maybe there was cheating in some relationships, maybe there was manipulations in others, maybe there was addictions affecting other relationships, right? Like, or one or all, or just different variations of that I feel like it's causing you to put your guard up, right? I'm getting the sense of you kind of, because of everything that's happened, like now you're like, I don't even know how to address this. I don't even know how to heal this. What is it that I need to let go of? I feel like you recognize that these patterns have not been good for you, but you may not exactly know how to address them, right? Like it just seems as very pensive. Like the coffin is there, right? It's kind of like, you know what, like let's put these things to rest and, you know, bury them and let's move on. But, you know, I'm going to say, like, for some of you, there are things that are very deeply buried within you that you're being asked to bring up so that you can recognize them and stop repeating those patterns, okay? I love that. I don't know if you can see it, but this card says hope and reflection, like, right there. You know, so I do that. That's where I get that sense of, like, you might be reflecting. Like, you may not know exactly what you need to do, but there is a sense of, as you reflect, as you consider these things, as you bring them to the surface, you'll be able to better navigate them, right? Because I'm getting the sense of you being afraid to try new things for fear of repeating these past negative experiences. So let's see, that sounds like you resonates with you. Let's see what else is showing up for you this month, Capricorn. Yeah. All right, you have the Judgment card reversed. You have, oh goodness golly, wow, holy schmoly. Ooh, Capricorn. Wow, you have 3 major arcana cards here, including Emperor, Empress, Hierophant, King, and then the King of Wands, a court card. So a lot of strong energy for you this month. This could be a significant month for you here, okay? I'm gonna say, I mean, you have the Judgment card showing up in your innermost, showing up reversed, okay? So I'm gonna go back to this, right? You have both of these images of the graves, the, you know, like the coffin, the grave, right? There is definitely something that you need to lay down to rest here that you are refusing to let go of. And what I'm seeing is like, as you finally put these things away, right? Like work through them, acknowledge them, and be like, I am no longer repeating this pattern. Then you have the Judgment card, right? The Judgment call, the call to say, hey, there's a new opportunity. For some of you, it could be like a new opportunity at love, a new love really coming your way. I feel like the real deal could be around the corner, okay? I'm gonna get into that in just a second. All right, could be a Taurus. I'm gonna throw that out there because you have the Empress and the Hierophant. Both of those are Taurus cards. Doesn't have to be. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Okay. But yeah, it's like, right, like, what are you not letting go? You know, what are you not letting go of? You know, I'm gonna throw this out there because Judgment card reverse can always indicate that. I mean, there could be somebody that you're hoping to rekindle, right? Like, it could be past energy, you know, with the Judgment card reverse, like, that's always a possibility that you're considering, King of Cups. It could be a Pisces. That you're considering, right? Like, do we want to try this again? Do we want to give it another shot, right? I'm gonna say, if you have opportunity for new, you know, but that's just, what do I know, right? I guess some people can change. I don't know. All right. Look. Yeah, I do see you being asked to embody your divine feminine energy at this moment, regardless of your gender. This is not about gender, okay? I'm just getting the sense of, right, like with the Empress, this is how you're being asked to show up right now. You know, just kind of open yourself up to receiving. Ask for what it is that you want. Put it out there. Be very honest. Be very honest about yourself. Be very honest about who you are, what it is that you are looking for. Allow it to come your way over here, okay? I'm going to say, yeah, like, for some of you with this Hierophant showing up reverse, like, you could be going, you know, imminent breakup. I feel like I'm getting those, I don't know, yeah. Or just kind of like, I'm going to say, like, for some of you, the connection that you need to consider, the connection that you really need to lay to rest, could be somebody that you may have even been married to. Maybe you lived with them. But think of your most serious connection, right? Like with the Hierophant, that is like a higher level of commitment here. So like, think about how that connection may be affecting your current, you know, like, I feel like you're being asked to reflect on that as well, okay? Now, sorry, before I want to get into the fun stuff because I do feel like you have some good things going your way, but I want to get anything else that you need to know about this. Oh. All right, look, this Judgment card for some of you. For some of you, it is somebody from your past over here. Taurus, Sagittarius, all right, maybe even Scorpio. Yeah, maybe even Scorpio. But for some of you, like, it could be somebody from your past that's wanting to come back into your life, okay? Trying to rekindle something, trying to bring some offers your way, okay? But for others of you that you're like, nope, I've decided this is a no, no, no. I'm gonna say, check in with yourself, check in with your inner child, check in with your inner Capricorn, and ask yourself, you know, okay, what parts of my inner child are acting out right now? Inner child healing could be important and significant for you at this time, okay? In order to help you, how it's affecting your current connections. You know, for some of you, even just kind of looking around, and, you know, you might be looking at your, you know, providers. I heard providers, but because, you know, I want to recognize, you know, not everybody, you know, grows up with parents, you know, but like, you know, maybe like the couples that were around you, maybe I mean, obviously, like, your parents, like, you know, whoever that you grew up around, any partnerships that you grew up seeing, you know, for some people, it's like, it could even be like what you grew up watching on TV, right? And then that kind of affects us, and how we relate, because we think, oh, this is how people act in relationships, right? So for some of you, I feel like you really are reflecting on, you know, what you saw growing up and how it's affecting how you are in current relationships, okay? Why did I feel the need to pull another card? I don't know. Yeah, the Sun. Look, you are, Yeah, inner child again, inner child. Pay attention to your inner child. Let your inner child come out, okay? That's what I'm gonna say about that, okay? Also, enjoy yourself. Have some fun, which brings me to this, okay? Some of y'all could have, I'm gonna say, actually, I want to ask about this King of Wands, because some of you could have a very fiery, very passionate energy coming your way. I don't know, let's ask, you know, is this King of Wands, like, what do they want with Capricorn right now? Because, ooh. Um, for some of you, it could be somebody from your past. Fuck. Doesn't have to be somebody from your past that wants something new, something different. All right. It could be somebody that like saw you as some like they. What I'm getting is that this could be somebody that lost you, and then all of a sudden they're back in your life because they're like, I don't want to miss out on that, right? Like they realized what they had, and then you were gone, and they're like, I missed out on something here. So like they want to come back and try to rekindle something. Doesn't have to be, right? For some of you, you could be meeting somebody who might be going through, like, I think they might be going through like some sort of breakup, but all of a sudden it's like you meet up and they're kind of like charging your way. Look, there could be some there could be like some kinkiness happening over here, because like I really heard like I want to tie you up. So and that was the first message that I got, and I wanted to avoid it, but it's just kind of like popping up. All right. But yeah, look, like they're gonna okay, so you have the devil, right? But because the devil is your energy, oh, they could be a fellow Capricorn. All right, I'm gonna throw that out there. But because it's your energy, I'm really seeing this as like they want to come toward you and provide, okay? Knight of Pentacles. They want to be like, all right, like, let's kind of do this. They could be coming toward you, more Taurus energy, I'm going to say. They could be charging toward you slowly, but I do feel like they're going to try to cement things. Like, this is a person, like, you're going to know who this is because they're going to be like, date, you know, like, let's do it. Like, they're not gonna be like, oh, we should go out sometime. They're gonna be like, hey, do you want to join me to go here on this date at this time, right? Like, or hey, like, I brought you this, hey, I brought you that. Like, they're gonna be very present, very active, but they might not be very quick to share their feelings. I feel like they're just kind of like, they're gonna show you that they're into you through their actions, all right? And I feel like that they're gonna love you as you, like, however you are. There's this recognition of them just kind of like, I don't know, like your lights, your shadows, your everything. All right, I feel like this person's just gonna be into you. Could be, and it could be a lot of fun for you coming up. All right, Capricorn. I'm gonna leave it there. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I'm gonna go blush privately. But thank you for being here. If there were any messages for you, please feel free to let me know. Your likes, comments, subscribes. Let me know if you'd like to see more readings like this, and if there was anything for you here at all. All right. Woo. Capricorn, what are you getting on to? Cappies, you know. Okay, I'm gonna I need to calm down. All right, actually, you know, I'm gonna some coffee. All right, hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome. We are starting this reading by asking about your own energy. So this part of the reading should resonate with you. All right. Oh, I love this. King of Wands is Sagittarian energy. You are showing up in your own reading upright, standing strong, feeling good. You could be having a glow up. Feel like you could very much be being seen. Like people are noticing you, you know, or like, I don't know, like you just be looking good, feeling good right now. All right. Like, I love this. I feel like you're like, there's an inner part of you that's like, I'm ready to go, like, let's do this, like, onward, you know. And then at once you're kind of stopping yourself, you know. A whole lot of passion, a whole lot of, I mean, holy wands, you know, you are a fire sign, you know, but I almost get the sense of you might be feeling like you're internally, right, like you're like, yes, like I'm ready, like let's do this. But there could be some physical, how can I say this, like there could be things happening around you that, like, I mean, it could be like work getting in the way. It could be responsibilities, right? Like, or I don't know, like just kind of things around you that are keeping you from charging forward, even though you want to. But I do feel like you want to charge toward your love life, toward like addressing this. Some of y'all, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Some of y'all could be looking for some fun times, like, or you could be like, I really just want to blow off some steam kind of situation. I'm gonna move on, but like to the next part of the reading. But if that sounds like you or your story, you know, let's move on. All right, let's move on together. All right, Sagittarius. Goodness golly. Woo. I just heard let your freak flag fly, if that means anything to anybody. All right, it doesn't have to. All right, you have, yes, ooh, something, ooh. You have so 2 of wands, 3 of wands, 5 of wands. Okay, first of all, date, go out on dates. I feel like you're gonna get to a point where you're fending off suitors with the 5 of wands. All right, like everybody's gonna want a piece of Sag, and you're gonna be like, ah, like so much, and that feels like fun times. Okay, I'm seeing this as fun times for you. Okay, you know. Over, yeah, like I am seeing that, like that's coming your way. Okay, now I'm gonna say 2 wands and 3 wands. I love, first of all, I love the progression of like 2 3 5, like, right, like 2 and 3 is fine. 5 5 might be, or the number 5. Well, 5 does indicate you know, big changes, you know, happening that could come. I'm gonna say, you know, change that doesn't quite come easy all the time, but you know, you could be going through some just changes, shifts, you know, here. But anyway, I love this though, because I feel like you're saying, okay, what's the first step with the 2 of wands? What's the first step that I need to take towards success? You know, some of you could be traveling or choosing to travel, or there could be, you could even be meeting people in your travels. Okay, I'm really seeing this, like you exploring, like you kind of getting out there. I would definitely say date different. Okay, so whatever it is that you've been dating, date different. Like date out of, I mean, you know, whatever, date out of your race, date out of your class. Maybe you're dating some, I don't know, like just somebody that you maybe, I don't know, I'm not saying, right, like date somebody that you're not attracted to, or date somebody like that you're just like, oh, I definitely don't want that kind of person, right? Like that's not what I'm saying. Okay, but you know, particularly with the 3 of wands, I do see this as like exploration, keeping your options open, right? Like, and maybe you're dating somebody different just to help you learn more about what you do like and what you don't like, right? But yeah, I'm gonna say you know, with the world going here, I do see you going on the World Wide Web. I do see you traveling as well. Okay, I love it. You know, like the little ships, like your ships are coming in. You know, I'm gonna say, I feel like it's weird because, you know, okay, like, you know, with 3 wands, it's kind of like your ships are coming in, and sometimes it's almost like, you know, you're just kind of there, and then people are kind of coming your way. So I feel like that can also happen. But I do feel like the more you put yourself out there, like the more you're gonna get back, right? So I feel like for some of you, like you could just start getting noticed, or start kind of having people approach you, you know, like that sort of thing. But then if you actually decide to take some steps toward, you know, like meeting people, and actually, you know, try to like do things to put yourself out there, then it's going to be even more of an energy coming back, right? So I do see, I'm telling you, I see you like fending off suitors later on. All right. Now I'm gonna say a quick reminder, you know, as you put yourself out there, don't try to cement things quickly. Don't try to ground things. Don't try to ground things so quickly. Don't give too much of yourself too soon. Okay, I'm gonna say particularly monetarily, particularly, I don't know, I'm just seeing like kind of explore your options is really what I'm seeing. But the Page of Pentacles is showing up reverse, which to me is telling me like, you know, I don't know, like the, you know, the pages really want to, and the Page of Pentacles, it wants to ground. It wants to say, right, like, now we are a couple. Now we are planning a journey, like a trip together. Now we are, right, like something. And you know, or like, you're like, let me go and, I don't know, like, let me go and make you all these foods. Let me go and, you know, whatever it is. I don't know how you show your love, right? But I'm kind of seeing it as like, you know, don't rush in so quickly. All right, like that's the message that I'm getting. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, but I hope that there were messages for you here. All right, thank you so much. I hope there was something in this reading for you, and best wishes this month. All right. Woo. 3, 4. All right, we are going to move on to Scorpio. All right. Hello, Scorpio. Scorpio sun, moon, rising, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome. We are going to start this reading by asking about your energy. All right, you have the Two of Swords showing up here and the Five of Cups showing up reversed. All right, some of y'all might be taking a step back to heal, or you may be, how can I say this? Like you may be in the process of healing right now, right? But I'm getting that you're about to come out of this energy. The Five of Cups is showing up reversed. So I feel like you're very close to kind of having some realizations about yourself. You could be making some choices around the paths that you want to take. Whether, you know, with the Two of Swords, I feel like, I'm going to throw this out there. Some of you could be choosing to just the scissors are really reminding me of like you might be choosing to cut somebody out of your life. You might be choosing to you know, like cut something out. Maybe it doesn't have to be a person, but you're like, oh, you know, I need to stop doing this, right? Like whenever I'm in a relationship or whenever I'm dating, this always happens. So I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna cut that out, right? And then I'm seeing this kind of like reflective period where you're understanding, trying to keep your options open is also what I'm getting about the potential paths that you might take. I'm seeing this as like you haven't quite decided what it is that you want to do. Like you're just kind of trying to, you know, like figure it out, kind of gain some understanding. You know, with the Five of Cups showing up here, like I don't know, I feel like it's just weird because like it's showing up reversed, but it's still showing up, right? So like Five of Cups, they carry so much pain, despair, right? There's this, you know, focus on what was lost sometimes, and you know, the just like the maze in their brain space over here, that's where I'm getting some of this very heady energy, like you being very in your thoughts, like really trying to navigate what it is that you're thinking, feeling, sensing, this understanding situation. But I feel like you are really trying to, how can I say this? I don't want to say like push past this. I would, okay, I would say check in with yourself, okay? Because for some of you, you might be trying to push past the pain when you're not quite ready to move out of it. All right. And for some of you, you might genuinely feel like, you know what, I am ready. Like, I do want to move on. But for others of you, like, I don't know, it's almost like you're not allowing yourself to sit with your discomfort because you're trying to like reason it out. You're trying to find the way out, right? So I don't know. If any of those energies resonate with you, let's find out what else is showing up for Scorpio. What is showing up for Scorpio for the rest of the month here? All right, you have the Chariot showing up. The Three of Swords, yeah. I'm telling you. Wow. Woo. All right. Look, I want to talk about this Three of Swords because I feel like that very much confirms the messages that I was getting, that I was kind of like, I don't know if this feels quite right, but you're being asked to sit with your pain. There is something, I'm going to say there is progress. Two of Swords to the Three of Swords, right? Like you're moving through things, but your time for healing has not quite ended. There is something that you are about, some understanding that you are about to gain about yourself that you haven't quite fully processed, okay? There's wisdom to be gained, all right? I love it. Look at the little, can you see the little barn owl? I don't know. But but there's just something that you haven't quite understood about yourself here, that this time for reflection is and kind of slowing down is bringing to you, okay? So don't feel like you have to rush out of healing mode, you know. And I'm gonna throw this out there because for some of you, yeah, oh my gosh, sorry, I love this because like, well, Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, Three of Swords, you know, I see this. But just like the imagery, you have like two owls with swords over here. So I just feel like so much wisdom, so much knowledge coming your way, okay? I'll talk, okay. First of all, dang, I totally derailed. You know what? maybe it just was not meant to be. So we're gonna move on. If the message wants to come back, it's gonna come back. All right. But I do want to say, I feel like you're charging forward toward yourself, you know, like with the Chariot showing up in your innermost over here. I do see you making moves. Like, I don't know, I feel like you're very focused on your healing, very focused on, oh, okay, sorry, message came back, so I know. Look, okay, here's the thing. I want to be very clear about achieving healed I know, look, and you've heard me say this, I'm sorry, but there is no such thing as achieving healed status, right? You're not just like, I passed the game, I'm healed, I'm done, right? It is a perpetual journey, right? So when I say that, you know, like to continue focus on your healing, to not dismiss it, you know, I'm not even saying, you know, that it's what's going to stop you, you know, from meeting people, or it's going to stop you from charging forward, right? I'm going to say, you know, a lot of times, because particularly if you've already, that's where it all came back, because I feel like some of y'all may already, you're working on your healing, you're working on your understanding of yourself and things like that. And as you do that, like, there's so much that, you know, you need to do independently. But a lot of times, a lot of the healing, or the strongest healing that happens, is when you know, especially in relationships and love connections, like when you are interacting with another person, right? Because that's when you actually, you know, that's when those shadows show up, right? Because you can read all the books, you can have all the information, you can be like, oh, I am like this, and oh, I am like that. But when you're actually connecting with somebody, that's when these things show up subconsciously, or we may not be aware of what's happening. And then, you know, healing with the right person, like, you know, if you're with the right person, like the healing can happen, you can continue to heal, you know. So I just kind of wanted to, I hope that tangent made sense. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that don't feel like, oh, you know, I've been healing, so I can't put myself out there because I gotta work on my healing, right? If you feel like you want to charge forward, if you feel like you're ready to put yourself out there or something like that, you know that the healing is a lifelong process. I'm sorry, right? I hate to break it to you. I mean, you didn't know, but I think you knew. But, you know, it's just going to continue, and it doesn't have to stop you in your tracks, right? I just feel like you're being asked to not dismiss it either, right? Like, not put it off till later, or not ignore it. You know, I feel like you're being asked to bring it to the forefront right now, okay? I do see you, you know, releasing, for some of you, like, I'm gonna say, you could be releasing some expectations that were placed on you. Like, it could be societal expectations, familial expectations, or something. I feel like you're kind of healing through that as well. Like, maybe your family wanted you to be with a certain kind of person, or expected you to be, I don't know, like doing something else or whatever. And I feel like you're kind of getting to this point where you're saying, you know what, I'm going my own way. I'm standing my own, like, I'm standing my ground. I'm doing what feels good for me. I'm going to charge for what I want, and fuck what anybody else says, okay? Sorry that I curse a lot. I can't help it. It comes out more every day, but but I do see some of that being some of the progress that's happening here, okay? I wanted to ask about this Ace of Swords, because some of you could be getting, I feel like, as well as this deep understanding of yourself, there's also communication coming your way. So I wanted to ask, what is communication about? All right. Definitely with knowledge, wisdom. Wow. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love this. Wheel of Fortune and the Star. Okay, come on. Come ups. All right, come ups in love. So you could be hearing some good news, okay? It could be in regards to your love life. It could be in regards to dating. It could be something completely different. You could be hearing from an Aquarius with the star showing up over here, all right? Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, okay? So that's significant, all right? It doesn't have to be. But good news, all right? Good news. Some of y'all could be getting some sort of recognition as well, you know, like you're like you're a star, you know. But I do see a lot of universal support, okay? Like, you're about to be up, the universe is supporting you, okay? So whatever it is that, I don't know, do we want, I just want to leave it there, but I'm being freaking nosy because I love being nosy. Can we know anything else about this? Can we know anything else about this, please? All right. Yeah, okay. This is definitely for those of you that haven't been feeling like your strongest self, or you've been feeling like you've been doing a lot of work and it hasn't been recognized. You're about to get recognized for that work, okay? So whether this is in your love life and you're like, I've been doing all this work, and you know, it's like you're about to be seen, you're about to come into the spotlight, okay? And for those of you that this might be a side message, right? It could be work related, it could be, you know, your social circle, something like that, where people are about to see it. Like, you know, I don't know, recognition is the big word that I'm getting, okay? Like, you're about to gain some recognition here. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, Scorpio. I hope that there were messages for you here. All right, thank you for sharing your energy with me. Yeah, if there was any messages for you, let me know, right? Thank you, and best wishes this month, all right? Woo. All right. We're gonna go ahead and move on to Libra, but I don't. Hello. Actually, I'm doing a little shuffle. Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome to your reading. We are, the first one felt a lot better. We are going to start by asking about your energy. All right, so this part of the reading should resonate with you. If it doesn't sound like your story, please go ahead and check out a different placement, okay? I'm gonna say I'm seeing a lot of yellow right here. So for those of you that do chakra work, your solar plexus could need some of your attention, okay? If you already know, then, you know, cool. If not, maybe it's something that you want to look into, okay? There could be some messages for you in that. If you look into it and you're like, that's just not for me, then it was just not for you, right? But for some of you, I feel like you could have some thing to gain. You know, this can really be about helping you take action, helping you to do things that feel like authentically you, right? Like you feeling safe in the decisions that you make and things like that, right? So kind of helping you with that, which I do see with the Queen of Pentacles, right? So like there's kind of this alignment to that because the Queen of Pentacles is very established, very secure. So I do feel like you could be working on becoming your own person. You know, the Queen of Pentacles can take care of herself. You know, she makes her own coin. She is able to take care of business. She's, you know, nurturing. She's wonderful. I love the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like, sorry, but I feel like that is what you're kind of considering. And I feel like for some of you, you're like, oh, like there's still so much more that I need to do. Or there could even be like a sense of feeling tired about everything that you've been doing. And that's where, well, one, that's where maybe balancing your solar plexus chakra could, you know, kind of be supportive supportive activity at this moment, okay? And for others of you, I'm gonna say creating space to have fun. I get the sense of overworking. I get the sense of just like continuous taking care of business to the point where you've been dismissing the part of you that just wants to be free, that just wants to have fun, that just wants to enjoy life, okay? So definitely, you know, create space for that at this time. I'm gonna say, you know, with the sun showing up reversed, I would say do things that are healing for your inner child. You know, check in with yourself about, I don't know, like maybe something that you used to like to do when you were a child that you've been putting off. You know, remember, it doesn't have to be, I don't know, like check in with little Libra and be like, okay, what have I not done in a while? What did little me like to do? And even if it's just like a silly activity, right, or something like that, just delve into it. If you're like, that did nothing for me, cool. But for some of you, like there could be a sort of release here, you know, that, I don't know, like I'm getting, sorry, it's like really weird, like, because I'm getting messages around like, you know, when I was little, I really wanted blank. Okay, I don't know why I heard an easy bake oven. I don't know, maybe some of you are bakers or cooks. Sorry, I was gonna say cookers. Like you're cooks. I don't know, maybe some of y'all like being in the kitchen, like, or something like that. But I heard like, I always wanted an easy bake oven, like, or something, whatever, right? When you were little, right? And it's like, well, what would be like the adult version of you treating yourself to that toy that you didn't get when you were little? What do you have, the ability to get for yourself? Where can you treat your inner child as an adult? Like, kind of, I don't know, whatever it is, right? Like, that was just a silly example, but whatever it is, like do it for you, like you deserve it. I don't know. I'm really bad at hugging because I really want to go like there, but like there is a part of me that just, I don't know, like, wow, woo, Libra, what is going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Well, I will tell you. The cards will tell. Yeah, okay, yeah. Six of Wands showing up reversed here. All right. Page of Cups. Yeah. Two of Cups. Goodness. Oh, goodness golly. Woo. All right. Libra. Some of you might actually be dealing with somebody already. This was intended to be for singles. What happened? But if you're not dealing with somebody, you're about to be dealing with somebody. You have the Two of Cups showing up here, okay? I'm just gonna say I'm very much getting I mean, look at this Two of Cups, right? I'm getting, like midnight rendezvous, like I don't know, just kind of I don't know, some sweet times could be coming around the corner. All right, it is the Two of Cups, so it is, a balanced connection. It is somebody that you'll feel aligned to, is what I'm getting. Can I tell you a very weird story that I'm getting? I feel like you're close to some sort of connection, but there could be somebody, it could be a fire sign, doesn't have to be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, but there could be somebody that's very selfishly trying to keep you to themselves. And there could be a lot of lust, a lot of passion, kind of like a good connection with this person in that intimate sense or something like that. But I feel like they're coming in and messing everything up for you. Like, I mean, obviously, this is more of, right, obviously, like, you have free will and you'll be able to set those boundaries and things like that. It's not like, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but I'm getting the sense of this is something that could happen, right? That's why you have to be very aware about the boundaries that you're setting and what it is that you're allowing in, because I'm getting this potential for a genuinely honest, balanced connection here. And then somebody coming here, and I just keep hearing like, and effing it all up, so, if it does not resonate with you, ignore that, all right? That was just not for you. But for those of you that know that you have a lingering energy, that you have somebody that's just kind of, calling, I'm getting like somebody who's just kind of very interested in themselves, very interested in, sorry, I'm getting very blunt and cross like messages, like they're just interested in getting themselves off, right? So they're gonna be, like reaching out for you, like whenever it is that you want, like what that they want, right? Like whatever it is that they want over here. But then it's kind of getting in the way of you moving on towards something new, something different here, okay? So look, if it's not your story, ignore that, okay? For some of you, be mindful of somebody like that coming in, right? Because I do feel like you could have options showing up for you here, and it's going to be up to you to decipher and discern, right? Which of these connections, where do I feel safe? I feel like, with the Two of Cups, like, where do you feel balanced? Who do you feel? Because I almost get this sense of the person, like you might even be confused, because I feel like there's look, I'm getting some weirdly specific stories, so I don't know what is going on, but I'm gonna tell you what I get. Take it if it resonates, okay? It's almost like there could be somebody that you're like, oh, this isn't really real, right? Like, oh, like this is happening, like, oh, like I'm even getting like, oh, we're meeting up at night, like, oh, we haven't really cemented anything, we haven't even gone out into the daylight, we haven't even, like shared our feelings or something, but that it feels right, right? Or something like that. And it is more genuinely balanced, but you're kind of questioning it because you're like, is it real? Is it not? Is it, you know, I feel like there's a lot of mystery surrounding this connection, right? So you might dismiss it, right? But I would say definitely check in with yourself, check in with your intuition. Do you actually feel balanced in this connection? Do you actually feel like there can be more? Because some of you could dismiss something because it's not quite what you expected at the beginning, sort of thing, right? And conversely, like you could have some offers over here that really are just, you know, like coming and going. Somebody who's self-interested, somebody who just wants, you know, to have some fun, like to have some, you know, yeah, some fun times, okay? So check in with yourself about how you are feeling around the people that you are connecting with, okay? Because I do get like that there could be something that's throwing you off your game here, you know, with the Six of Wands showing up reversed. It's like you, I don't know, like I feel like one of these connections is going to make you feel loved, and it's going to make you feel like satiated and good. And one of the other connections, like I feel like, I don't know, the fire, whoever the fire sign is, I'm sorry, I'm getting Leo, I'm gonna throw it out there, but it doesn't have to be, okay? But like it's gonna make you feel a little bit like, wait, what just happened? Wait, you know, like what's going on? You know, like it's almost like you're questioning yourself here. But you know, yeah, so think about, you know, who is it that makes you, I don't know, like, and if it's no, but right, like nobody that you're I don't know, just check in with yourself, right? Who's making you feel loved? Who's making you feel like, oh, like this person makes me feel taken care of, this person makes me feel supported, like I don't know, like they honor, I feel like somebody who's going to honor your feelings, somebody who's going to want to make sure that you feel like, I don't know, like I feel like they're going to want to nurture you, okay? So, and that you should be feeling that, like allow it to come into your life. I'm getting like allow the nurture, allow the support, and really check in with yourself about how you're feeling throughout these connections, okay? Goodness golly, Libra. I hope that there were messages for you here. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. All right. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. All right. Take care of yourself this month, and I hope to see you again soon. All right. Wow. I need water after that. All right. I'm gonna shuffle these. Of course. Swords. All right. Hello, Virgo. Hello, Virgo Sun, Virgo Moon, Virgo Rising, Virgo Venus. I can't. Welcome to your reading. Sorry. Welcome to your reading. We're starting this by asking about your current energy. All right. So this part of the reading should sound like you resonate with you. All right. You have the Three of Wands showing up and the Six of Pentacles here. Nine of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles is you. All right. Sorry, this is the card of Virgo. All right. And it showed up reversed, which is telling me that you might not be feeling like your greatest self, or you're not showing up as your greatest self here. Okay. I'm going to say, you know, like for some of you, you're not recognizing your worth right now. Okay. Or you could be having a lot of self-doubt around what it is that you have. Whether this is like, I mean, just how much money you have, you know, where you live, like how I'm even getting like, you're like questioning like your physical, right? Like, oh, I don't feel like like, you know, like I don't feel like my best right now, or I want a better job, or I want, you know, more, I want to live in a nicer place before I start, you know, I don't know, like I'm hearing like all of these, like all this self-criticism. Why? I mean, like, I don't know, right? Like check in with yourself about this, all right? Because I want to say that You know, I'm gonna pull, I haven't done this yet, but I'm gonna pull a clarifying card for this Nine of Pentacles. Like, what is going on, Virgo? Because what I want to say instinctively is that you have been working so hard. Yeah, you have. You are a freaking King of Pentacles, and you're not recognizing it. You know, you have a lot more than you're giving yourself credit for. Okay, and I want to say, you know, maybe, you know, Virgo and I don't know, Virgo-esque perfectionist tendencies or something like that, right? I don't know if that could be getting in the way. But I do see this desire for more, and I want to say, right, like, you know, you can have more. You're not stuck. You're not lost. But there's this, like, I feel like you're kind of hyper-focused on your material realm and becoming established. And then that's kind of holding yourself back because you're not honoring all the hard work that you've already put into something. I feel like you have a lot more than you're giving yourself credit for. And I do see, I don't know, like with the Eight of Cups, like, I want to say, for some of you, you could have walked away from something that left you, maybe, how can I say this? Like, you could have lost some things in your, like, okay, like maybe it was like a breakup, right? And then it was like, oh, you know, I had to move from, you know, maybe you were living with your partner and you lived in a really nice house or apartment or something. You're like, oh, and now I'm living in this not as nice apartment, right? Or maybe you left a job and now you have a different job that you're like, oh, I don't get as much money, right? Or something like that. So like you could have faced some losses based on some moves that you needed to make here. So then that's maybe left you feeling a little bit like you don't have enough, but like what you have, like, I feel like you're still doing great, right? But maybe because of the losses, now you're questioning yourself and how much it is that you have to offer here. But yeah, I mean, I do see, you know, like with the Three of Wands, I'm gonna say I love um I love that this, sorry, as I'm looking at the book and it's then the beak's mouth, all right, over here. So I do feel like some of y'all could be learning a lot at this time. Like you could be learning about yourself. You could be learning about self-love. You could be learning about self-worth. But I'm also seeing this as like you're on this path of learning and exploration around, I don't know, I'm gonna say like those would be the what I'm getting, right? Like learning how to value yourself and all those things, you know, super important. But you could also be learning about like making more money or like investing or like I don't know, something like that. Kind of a side message, you know, feels really random, but that's the message that I kept getting, and I kept trying to like go around it, and it was like no, it was like just say it, okay? Some of y'all could be traveling or wanting to travel, is what I'm seeing here, okay? Like, I do see this hyper focus. Like, I see this focus on establishing your roots, okay? So whether this is, and this is the thing that I feel it in a very individualistic way. Like, you're trying to be very established for yourself, but I feel like it's coming to the point where it's almost like you're waiting for to hit some sort of goal to put yourself out there, like that's the energy that I'm picking up on here. Wow, sorry, that sounded like a whole rant here, but let's get into what's coming your way, Virgo. All right, I think that's all right. Let's see, Virgo, that sounded like you. What does Virgo need to know right now? Let's get the rest of the cards out. Page of Wands, yeah, Page of Wands, King of Cups, Seven of Swords, Six of Wands. Yeah, I go back to this, like, you're not feeling worthy right now for some reason, okay? And I don't know, like, look, you know what? Fuck it, because I keep getting, like, this resistance of, like, you don't, like, I keep hearing, like, you don't understand, like, I need to get this done, right? And it's like, okay, you know, if you really feel like, maybe you feel like you can't date until you've accomplished a certain thing, or, you know, you're really feeling like something needs to get done first, then check in with yourself, right? I would say like check in with yourself about why you feel that way, and how much does actually, like how much does, how can I phrase this? Like how much actually needs to get done, right? Because I feel like some of y'all are using this, establishing yourself as an excuse, because you just might feel like, I don't know, like there's a sense of fear, okay? I'm gonna say like some of you, it's weird because it's like, I get the sense like you're even trying to establish yourself in your material realm, but then at the same time, I'm getting that some of you might be afraid that people are going to be using you for your money as well. So it feels like a very disjointed kind of idea here, all right? But that, I mean, if it's not your message, ignore that, okay? Now, I do see, you know, you have the Page of Wands and the King of Cups showing up here, and I feel like they're highly encouraging you to put yourself out there. You know, I'm going to say kind of random message, but for some of you, even like having some fun, you know, like having some fun, just kind of maybe like going out on a couple of fun days, like even I'm even hearing like enjoy, you know, you know what you have capacity for, you, right? It's not like I'm saying do this, but if you're like that is not for me, but like for some of you, like blowing off some steam, like hanging out with some people for fun, right? Like not doing something quite so seriously, but just kind of, you know, putting yourself out there in a more like, let's see where this goes kind of way. Like have some fun, you know, if it's something that you feel like you have capacity for, right? But I'm getting the sense of like the knowing that it's not going, you know, knowing that you're going in with the intention of just kind of having some light times, and knowing that it's not like you're trying to cement something right away, could actually ease some of the pressure of dating or of establishing something or something like that, you know, or kind of even, because I feel like it's almost like this release that has to happen. I feel like you've been very maybe focused on, you know, meeting the person that you want, right? Like you want to feel this loving connect, and if that's what you want, you get to go for what you want, okay? Like I'm not telling you, I'm just saying that that pressure can be actually holding you back a little bit, because you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to show up in a certain way, and you might be putting a lot of pressure on the people that you meet as well, right? To kind of be the end all, you know, when what you might need to do is explore a little bit, try different things, you know, come up with, I don't know, I feel like there's something about your strategy needing to be readdressed, like your dating strategy or how you're putting yourself out there. And but I'm gonna say, I do feel like you're being encouraged to put yourself out there, okay? Like take it, leave it. If you're like, nope, I'm not ready, cool. But I do feel like that's the big message here, okay? Like come up with a game plan, and maybe it's like you're checking in with yourself and you're saying, all right, you know, I'm gonna try this, and if it doesn't work out, then I'm gonna do something different, or I'm gonna take a step back, right? But I do feel like there's something about strategizing something new, something different here, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, Virgo. I hope that there were messages for you here. If there were, please feel free to let me know. Your likes, comments, subscribes. Let me know if you'd like to see more readings like this, all right? And we are going to move on to Leo. All right. I'm gonna finish my coffee. Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome. We are going to start this reading by asking about your own energy. So this should sound like you, sound like your story. Goodness golly. All right, you have the Three of Swords, fucking hell, and the Moon showing up reversed. Well, recent breakup maybe, or just holding on to a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, okay? I feel like you're very in your head about some situation. Like I said, it could be like a recent situation, or it could just be your love life's got you all you know, entanglements over here. Now, I'm going to say, you know, with the moon showing up reversed here, I do feel like there's going to be this release of emotions this month. You could be either like for some of you, could be talking about your feelings to somebody. Maybe it could be like trying to find some closure with someone. You might be revealing something. You might be, I'm gonna say, you know, really random message, but it's what I'm getting. Like for those of you that might need to feel, some of you might need to feel like, or might feel the need to, like, I need to talk to this person and talk about our breakup and talk about what happened because I need closure. And I just want to remind you, right, that the closure comes within you. So if you need to have this conversation like for yourself, know that the closure is ultimately going to come from you, right? So like, I don't know how to say it, like yeah, you know, look for closure however you want, but like know that it's gonna, like, it has to be something that you know is going to feel right for you, you know, like don't expect the other person to give you closure, right? Like the closure should come, like for example, from you speaking your piece, not from whatever the other person's response is, if that makes sense, you know, like because I'm kind of getting like there's something that you want to reveal, kind of put out there. I do feel like you're being asked to be very mindful about your emotions and checking in with yourself and your like even with your subconscious. I'm even seeing this as taking time to reflect, taking time to meditate, to process, to feel your feels, because I see them as like your feelings coming out in ways that you might not even expect or anticipate if you might be trying to suppress them. So like the more you ignore your feelings, they're gonna be showing up, right? So you might as well sit with them and acknowledge them. I want to say that, you know, particularly for those of you that feel betrayed by someone or feel like somebody really hurt you, you know, just kind of, I don't want you to blame yourself, right? Like in the sense of, you know, I don't want you to be like, oh, like I fucked this up, like this was my fault, like things ended because I didn't do this, you know, that's not what I want to say. What I want to say though is to check in with yourself about your role and what didn't work out, you know, to, you know, just what role did you play, you know, like, I mean, it could have been, I mean, this can vary, right? But it's like, did you speak for you? You know, did you speak about your needs, right? Were you very clear about what you wanted? I mean, did you advocate for yourself? Did you communicate clearly? I don't know, right? Like I'm just kind of seeing this, check in with yourself. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I fucked up because of this, but it's more of a self-reflection so that you can say, okay, you know, next time, or this is something that I need to shift. Like I need to learn how to ask for what I need. You know, I'm gonna kind of, I'm even gonna go here, but for some of you, somebody maybe out there needs to hear this. It could even be like, your role might just be like, you keep choosing the same person, right? Like you may be continuing to choose emotionally unavailable people, right? You might keep choosing, I don't know why I'm getting this, but like you might keep choosing people with addictions. You might keep choosing people that, you know, I don't know, like that sorry, I just heard, right, like that ask for you to do all of the emotional labor, or ask for, you know, I don't know, like some kind of pattern that you can be repeating here, and like that's something that you need to check in with yourself about. Okay, I do feel like there is growth happening for you at this time. I do feel like, look, what I'm gonna say is that the feelings are gonna come out whether you want them or not. So you get to decide at this point if you want to take a step back, reflect, sit with them, and see what they're telling you, or if you're just gonna let them roam free and wreak havoc on your world. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna say, Leo. All right, let's see what else does Leo have showing up for them this month. Yeah, you're learning. Fuck you know. Goodness golly. Whoa. So, okay, first of all, 3 major arcanas. So that 4 actually. Wow, 4 major arcana cards and a 2 4 and a 6 card reading. Okay. I'm gonna say for those of you that, oh God, sorry. Big month. I'm gonna say big shifts. All right, like I do see big things happening for you. For those of you that are dealing with somebody, there could be the chance to try this again is possible. Okay, I hate to bring exes, and I always say, you know, if something didn't work out, just, you know, try something new, try something different, you know. But I feel like, you know, maybe for some of you, you can talk this out. You can bring balance to a situation and say, okay, this is what didn't work out. This is what needs to be done differently. This is what I need. I feel like this release of your feelings, your expectations, your needs, like being very clear about these things, and followed by actions, right? Like that things are actually moving and going. But I'm gonna say for those of you that were hoping for some sort of reconciliation or something like that, something really needs to be released, and you need to ask yourself whether you are able to move past this hurt. Because if you're going to give it another shot, but in the back of your mind you're going to carry the hurt, in the back of your mind you're going to be resentful toward your person, then is that really healthy, right? I mean, only you know the answer to those things, but and know how it feels for you. But those are, right, like judgment card says, you know, like something needs to be released here. Okay. Now I'm gonna say, you know, for those of you that, you know, this is not about another person, I do feel like the universe wants to give you a chance at love. All right. You could have just kind of connections coming your way. I see you being a lot more balanced, and I love this. Okay, I feel like as you navigate forward, I feel like you're learning so much about yourself. You could be communicating, you could be starting, you could be I'm getting talking stage with somebody. Okay, like you could be starting to talk to somebody or talk to different people over here. All right. And I'm gonna say, like, communicate what you want, you know. Communicate, like, what does that balance look like for you. Be very clear about your expectations, be very clear about what you're looking for, you know. And that varies, you know. I do see, you know, with the Lovers card, I feel like some of y'all could be looking for a more some like grounded relationship, like more something that's more real and, you know, like, you know, serious. But, you know, if you're not looking for something serious, also communicate that, right? Just be like, you know what, in this connection, I do want to feel balanced in this way, even if it's not like I want to commit to you, right? So just kind of be very clear about what it is that you're looking for, okay? But I do see, yeah, like the potential over here. I'm gonna say, you know, with the star reversed, because I'm even seeing, you know, the star, like beautiful energy, Lovers, okay, Judgment, star, okay, like beautiful, like supportive energy. But the star card did show up reversed, and the biggest thing, the biggest message with this is you need to feel worthy of receiving what it is that you want, because the universe wants to give it to you right now, but you have to say, right, like, I am worthy of this. This is what I want. This is what I'm looking for, right? Like, no exceptions, no no accommodations, no substitutions. Right? No, but I mean, just kind of, and I'm gonna say, you know, for some of you, like a big test might be pushing away something that feels good enough, right? Like you might be encountering something that you're like, oh, like this is kind of what I want, but then, you know, there's some big red flags over here that you're dismissing. Look, I'm not saying, how can I say it? Like, relationships and connections, right? They're always going to include compromise. There's going to be, right, like having to go back and forth, having to communicate, having to talk and things like that. I'm just saying, like, don't miss any big red flags, okay? Because and because you feel like, oh, you know, well, I'm never gonna find somebody that fulfills this, right? It's like, just kind of, yeah, I don't know. Just be clear. Be clear about what you're looking for, you know. Let people show you who they are, right? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to leave it there. All right. I hope that there were messages for you here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. All right. Good luck and best wishes this month. All right. And I hope to see you again sometime. All right. Hello, 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 Cancer. Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome. We are starting this reading by asking about your energy, so this part should resonate with you. If it doesn't, please go ahead and check out a different placement. You have the Eight of Pentacles showing up here, and the Two of Wands reversed. All right. Now, with the Eight of Pentacles, I do see... Dang. Sorry, I just heard some of you could be meeting somebody at work. Okay, I don't know. Doesn't have... It's just kind of random, all right? But I do feel like work or your career or your material realm could be taking up a lot of your time and your energy right now. You know, with the Eight of Pentacles, I do feel like you're very focused on taking care of your basic needs, right? Or you've been very diligently working toward just kind of taking care of yourself. All right, I'm gonna say, you know, check in with yourself about how much of your energy work is taking, because for some of you, I feel like you could be giving too much of yourself, and it's costing you to, with the Two of Wands, to not even have the energy to do anything else. It's like I'm almost even getting like a, well, I go to work and then I go to bed and then I go to work and then I go to bed and then, you know, like I just, yeah. So I don't know, because I do get this, you know, with the Two of Wands, I feel like there's something that you want to charge toward. Some of you could be looking, you know, some of you could be looking for some fun time. Some of you are, I feel like there's this craving for something exciting, something passionate, like you want to feel feel the spark again or something like that, but you haven't quite created the space for it at this moment. So let's see what else is showing up for you, Cancer, if that resonated with you. All right, what else do you need to know right now? What does Cancer need to know right now? Wow. It's weird. Definitely, yeah. Yep. All right, you have the Six of Swords, you have the High Priestess, Page of Wands, and the Death card showing up here for you. All right. Wow. I'm gonna say, first of all, there could be some big changes showing up for you this month, you know, with the Death card. There's something that's transforming. Let me get more info. I want to get a couple of scenarios here. All right, tell me about this Death card. Wow. Holy. Okay. Woo. All right, look. A couple of scenarios here. Yes, your material realm, okay? Some of you could be going through career changes. Some of you could be going through, okay, a couple of scenarios here, things that could be changing or that I feel like you're going to be moving past. I'm seeing it with the Death card, that you are choosing to release something because you know that it's ultimately going to make you happy, okay? I love how the skeleton is dancing. I know it looks terrible, right? But there is this, you know what? We are letting go of this past thing. We're charging towards something new. Okay, there is the rebirth right around the corner, right? So I feel like you're very close to coming out on the other side, right? And so get very clear about what it is that you want to leave behind, because as you are charging forward and starting something new and something different, you want to make sure that you're not repeating past cycles or past mistakes and things like that, okay? Now, possible scenarios, take them, leave them, okay? This was kind of just me being nosy, you know you, all right? But for some of you, it might, I don't know, you know, just kind of like get you thinking about what you might be leaving, okay? your stability, your career. There could be shifts in that, the way that you take care of yourself, the way that you nurture yourself. Okay, I'm even getting a potential divorce. Okay, for some of you, like something that you're kind of moving through and transforming. It could be for some of you, you're really okay, I'm just gonna say, you're, I heard like your fuck boyery, all right, like regardless of, you know, whatever it is, you know, but like that, F person energy, or kind of like being very, I don't know, like you're releasing that. That's kind of what I'm getting, right? That you're like, you know what, I don't want to be like that anymore. I don't just want to be like effing around, you know. For some of you, you're also transforming. I'm getting like where your inspiration and where your creativity, like your creative pursuits, right? Like there's something where you're like changing in that regard as well. I feel like for some of you, you could be channeling your energy into creative pursuits as well. So pursuing something that just makes you feel good, something that's just for fun, something that excites you here. Okay, it's just some possibilities over here, you know, in case any of that you know, like brought up anything for you. All right, because I do feel like you're very much encouraged to pursue passions, pursue things that inspire you. You have the Page of Wands showing up here, saying, you know, like we don't have to know everything. We don't have to, like, how can I say this? We don't have to have everything established, right? Like, let's just kind of have some fun sometimes, you know? Like, let's do something that makes your heart happy. I do see, you know, there's a lot of there's a lot of bumblebees in this card here. Hey, so I am seeing this as you like even networking, okay, or communicating. You could be exploring hobbies with like people, how can I say this? Right? Like maybe you find like a community or friends or whatever. You're like, I'm gonna go like I'm gonna go biking with my biking friends. I'm gonna go painting with my painting friends. I'm gonna go sorry, I just heard I'm gonna go drinking with my drinking friends. You know, I mean whatever it is, right? Like everything in moderation is fine. But I do see kind of like a sense of community and support, and kind of creating space for joy here at this time, as I feel like it's something that you're being encouraged to do because you are going through some shifts here. You know, I feel like you're deciding to move past something that, I don't know, I feel like you're, yeah, like there's a lot of transformation happening for you right now, Cancer. And what I'm gonna say, you know, the priority is you right now. I don't see, I'm gonna say, like, I feel like that even that creativity, that spark, like it is all about you finding it within yourself. I'm gonna say I don't get a lot of, like, I don't see a lot of like kind of maybe dating or love, like, you know, I mean, and remember, this is temporary energy, right? It's just like what you need to hear right now. But I don't see a lot of that really showing up in this moment. I feel like you are kind of just getting in touch with yourself, finding that fire within yourself again, right? And remember, that's a great place to be, because as you find that inspiration within yourself, then you'll be ready to put yourself out there. You'll be ready to kind of meet other people, and you know, get back into dating or whatever. But I feel like you have to kind of worry about yourself first right now, and loving yourself first at this moment. Okay, I'm getting the sense that for some of you, you could be having um some troubles around trusting yourself. Like there could be some self-doubt, there could be some hesitations, you know, over here. And the High Priestess just wants to remind you that to trust yourself, trust your intuition. Okay, check in with what your feelings are telling you about what feels right, what doesn't feel right. Like you have all the knowledge that you need within you already, but it's possible that you may be ignoring it at this time. Like you know what it is that you want to move past, you know what needs to be transformed, you know what makes you feel happy. I feel like you fundamentally do know these things, but you're kind of ignoring them. So they want to be brought out, they want to be brought into your attention at this moment. All right, Cancer, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. I hope that there were messages for you here. Thank you for sharing this space with me. If there were any messages for you, please feel free to let me know. Your likes, comments, subscribes. Let me know if you'd like to see more readings like this. Thank you. Good luck this month. All right. Wow. Whoa. Pentacles. All right, I'm gonna get some. I was like, I'm gonna finally finish my coffee. That was not the last sip, and water. I need a chaser for my coffee. That's how strong it is. No. All right. Sorry. I like my coffee strong. All right. What was I gonna say? Gemini. All right. Hello, Gemini. Hello, Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, Gemini Venus. Whatever placement brought you here. Welcome. Wow. Welcome to your reading. I feel like we are gonna get some truths today. So let's see, Gemini. We're starting with an energy check. All right, so this should sound like your story. You have the wow. Some of you may have Cancer placements, or you may want to check out the Cancer reading. I'm gonna say, regardless of whether you have placements, if you do, check it out. Just kind of see if there's anything for you in there. But even if you don't, you have the Chariot and the Queen of Cups showing up here, both of which can be associated with Cancer. All right, so that's kind of why I'm bringing that up. All right, because there could be some messages for you there, and I want to say that it was very well. Just listen to it. All right, see if there's anything for you. If it's not, ignore it. Okay. Now I want to say, I feel like Gemini, you are. I'm seeing you wanting to charge forward, wanting to try something new, wanting to maybe like explore your love life, okay? Whether this is like you've been considering putting yourself out there. I'm gonna throw this out there. Some of you could have somebody on your mind already. Like this is intended to be for singles, but you know, I'm gonna say, you know, because you know, a lot of people have different, you know, situations and things and whatever, you know, so there could be somebody in the back of your mind, or there could be somebody that like you might be single but you might be dealing with somebody, okay? But I do see you wanting to charge forward, wanting to do something, wanting to explore something, okay? Some of y'all could be very much thinking about your love life and how it is that you can make it happen, how you can manifest it. But you seem to be holding yourself back at this moment. You know, the Queen of Cups is showing up reversed here, which is telling me that you're not quite sharing yourself. So there's like an inner part of you that wants to, like, I'm just seeing it as like, what I like is that I feel like you're gaining clarity about what it is that you're looking for. You know, because with the Chariot card, we do have it's very indicative of that, like as above, so below sort of thing. So it's like, as I feel like as you're gaining clarity about what you're pursuing, what you're looking for, you know, whatever it is, right? Some of you, you're like, I'm envisioning, you know, some fun times in dating. Some of you are like, I am envisioning a partner and a white picket fence, right? Like whatever it is, okay? It doesn't matter what your dream is. It's like you're gaining clarity about it. But now you're being asked to make the moves toward it. And I feel like that's what you haven't been doing. It's like some of you could be, I mean, I see that you're very protective of your heart at this moment. You know, the Queen of Cups showed up reversed. So you could be, yeah, I mean, sorry, like, because I know it's hard, right? Like, but I'm really getting this messaging of, you know, like, if you don't take any chances, then, you know, like you have to take some risks, you have to take some chances in order to make some gains here, right? Like it might be hard work and things like that. Like this, things aren't just going to, I mean, I don't know, for some people they do, right? But I'm getting the sense that, I don't know, maybe it's just my experience, but nothing's ever been just like, boop, you know what, never mind. You know what, some of y'all get into, okay, I'm just gonna tell you this, okay? Take it, leave it, okay? Get into an energy of receptivity. If you don't know how, or if you don't even, how do I say this? Like, I'm telling you, as someone who, I was like, how, you know, and I was like, oh, maybe do some, you know, do some meditations, do some visualization. And I was like, I don't even know where to start. And, sorry, now we're just gossiping here. All right, Jemmies. But listening to sound healing, like sound healing around getting into your divine feminine energy, listening to meditations around, you know, welcoming, creating abundance or growth, or getting into an energy of receiving. Okay, like look, you don't have to do what I'm telling you, but I just feel like I'm really getting this messaging, all right, of you getting yourself into that energy of actually opening up to things coming your way. um and just kind of passively receiving, you know? So those meditations, sound healings, and things like that, there's a lot of resources out there, right? Like check out, I'm even gonna tell you, right? Like when I was looking for stuff, I definitely went through so many videos where I was just like, oh, I don't like this, or oh, I don't like this person's voice, or oh, I don't like this video, or whatever. And then, you know, kind of just finding the ones that you do like. So it could be a trial and error sort of thing. But look, I'm just gonna throw it out there for whoever needs to hear it, because I feel like it can be helpful, and if it works, cool, and if it doesn't, hey, you try something new, okay? Now, anyway, um, I would say add that because that can definitely help you open up to being a receiving energy, but I do feel like you are being asked to consider other steps that you can take toward putting yourself out there, and how much you're willing to venture, okay? Because for some of you, it could, I mean, I'm even getting like this energy of just like being at home, right? And I mean, this is so terrible, but it's like nobody's gonna come and knock at your door and be like, hey, like, let's do this. Well, I don't know. Can that happen? I wish it could happen. Anyway. Look, wishful thinking, right? No, but you know what I'm saying, right? It's like you have to do some work into it. You have to actually, right, like try to meet people, actually kind of, you know, be willing to talk to people, like that sort of thing here, okay? Gemini, I feel like we're just ranting now because that's what happens to me with Gemini energy. Like, I feel like I really, you want to know a secret? Um, well, my secret's that I'm a Gemini rising, but anyway, yeah, but you might have known that already. All right, so yeah, I love me my Geminis. All right, I feel like we get a lot of hate sometimes, but I don't know, I think it's a anyway. You know what? You're awesome. Okay, Geminis, I love your open-mindedness. I love your gift of gab. I love how funny you are. So you know, you're awesome. Okay, you're a true gem. All right, I'm just gonna say that. Okay, like take it, accept it. Okay, accept it. I hope you're like listening and going like, you know what, I am hilarious, you know what, I am funny, you know what, I am so smart, you know what, I am so loving and so giving, and I have so much love to give, and I am wonderful. Okay, I hope you're telling yourself all those things right now. Okay, I don't know who needed to hear that, but let's find out what Gemini needs to know for the rest of this month, other than how cool they are. Goodness golly. All right. Gemini. Wow. Okay, look. Gemini. I'm going to say, wow. Okay, you have two queens. You have the King of Pentacles. That's 3 court cards here. All right. So, and they're all showing up reversed, okay? So for some of you, I feel like you could be thinking about your past relationships that haven't quite worked out. You could have several people in the back of your mind, and I'm not seeing it as, I don't know, I feel like you're just kind of in this very introspective thing about what didn't work out with each person, or what each person taught you about you. Like there's something about you taking a step back and actually asking yourself, you know, what was it about this connection that wasn't quite fulfilling, right? And then you're checking in with yourself about, what does it show me about what I need? You know, kind of back to this energy of you, you know, honoring your needs, honoring your feelings, just kind of like being in that energy of receiving, right? Like, it's like, what does it tell me about what I want to receive from people in a connection? I feel like where you are taking more steps and where you're making more moves, it's not toward people right now. It's not toward connections. You're actually making moves toward your, like, moves toward your self-love, moves toward your um like you standing in your power. Okay, I feel like, you know, I'm gonna say, okay, a couple of things. I'm gonna start with the you messages first. Okay, all about you. um like, you could be very focused on making moves toward becoming stable. You know, like, you could be focusing on your, like, material stability, financial stability, you know, something like that. You know, with the King of Pentacles showing up, I feel like that's something that you're kind of considering right now. Or, you know, with the Queen of Wands, like, doing things that really feel good, that inspire you. I'm gonna say, I'm really seeing this as as you make those choices that are more real and tangible. Like, you know, maybe you're choosing a new place to live, right? Or maybe you're choosing a career, or maybe you're choosing a new wardrobe, right? Maybe you're like, I want to change things up, you know, I don't know, whatever it is. Don't dismiss the part of you that wants to shine bright. I feel like you're you may be doing things that aren't, I don't know, like, look, because look, the Queen of Wands does what she wants because it's what her instincts are telling her to do. And she's like, I don't care what anybody else says. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. So regardless of what it is that you're trying to materialize, you are trusting your instincts. If your instincts say this is what feels good, you don't need validation from somebody. You don't need somebody to say, okay, cool, yeah, like, yeah, you should buy that, yeah, you should, you know. It's like you're trusting yourself. You're saying, like, I'm gonna do this because it's what's right for me, right? So check in with yourself. Like, when do you feel that little jolt of inspiration? Are you paying attention to your body? You know, like, when you're looking, you know, silly example, right? But let's say that, you know, you do go shopping, right? And you're like, I'm gonna change up my wardrobe, you know, and you're looking at clothes or whatever, you're trying things on, and you're like, ah, I don't like this, oh, this feels weird or whatever. And then you're like, ah, like, I love this color, or ooh, this pattern is nice, or blah blah blah, or oh, I like the way this looks on me, whatever it is, right? And then, you know, you're like, get that little jolt or the little spark or whatever. I know it's like a really silly example, but just to contextualize things, okay? And but then I feel like you might be like doubting yourself, or kind of not doing something because you're like, oh, but I have nowhere to wear this, or oh, what are people gonna say, or oh, that's not my color, right? And then there's all like this self-doubt. And it's like the Queen of Wands wants you to really stand in your power. And that's a silly example, right? But it's like in whatever it is that you're doing, right? Maybe it is in choosing a partner, choosing a person, and what it is that you want in your love life. I'm getting like, for some of you, maybe you want like an unconventional kind of thing, or dang, sorry. I just feel like for some of you, you might want a very traditional kind of thing that you might feel like it's unconventional now. Okay, I don't know that. Look, if anybody can follow along, it's gonna be a Gemini, and if it was a message for somebody, then you'd understand. But then if it wasn't for you, let's move on. All right. So yeah, look, Gemini, I just, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say, with the sun showing up reversed, inner child healing. Okay. You know, checking in with yourself, checking in with your dreams, really allowing your most authentic version of yourself to shine through. Like, who is that? Okay, you could be doing some work around that. You could be doing some work around, I would say your sacral, solar plexus, and heart chakra. So like your middle chakras, okay? If you do chakra work, okay, or chakra balancing, goodness golly, can't even talk. But sacral, solar plexus, and heart chakra, okay? Because I feel like those are the ones that are, sacral, like your creativity, your passions, that inspiration. Solar plexus, your sense of self, your authenticity, your ability to charge forward. And then your heart chakra, how open or closed hearted are you, right? Because like all of these energies are, I feel like yeah, they're really showing up here, okay? And so you might want to do some research into that, okay? Yeah. Goodness golly. You know, I'm gonna say, for some of you, I'm gonna throw this out there, okay? I'm seeing Virgo, I'm seeing Cancer, I'm seeing Aries. Doesn't have to be those signs, all right? You know, everything other than air, right? But like water, air, and fire energy. Sorry, water, earth, and fire energy is showing up here. But I do feel like you could have options. You could have suitors. Like you could have people like with all these court cards showing up your way. But I feel like if something does is because how can I say this? I don't want to be like, it's because of you. But it's more of an energy of like because there's still stuff that you need to choose to do toward yourself in order to welcome it in. Because I do feel like you know, like there are people out there scoping you out. There are people who might want to get to know you. There could be even opportunities, you know, for you. Like you might even be getting asked out on a date. You might even have a couple of fun times. You might have people, you know, opening up to you. Like you could have these things showing up for you. But if you are not in a state where you're feeling secure or where you're feeling confident or where you're choosing to do work toward opening up, then right like it's not really going to go anywhere. So there's just like this checking in with yourself, right? I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna leave it there, Gemini. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I hope that there were messages for you in this reading, and yeah, best of wishes this month. Woo. All right, goodness golly. All right, all right. Hello, 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 Taurus. Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Taurus, Venus, whatever placement brought you here. Welcome to your reading. We are going to start by asking about your energy. And if this part of the reading resonates with you, then you know that you are at the right place. If it doesn't, please go ahead and check out a different placement. You have the Six of Pentacles showing up here with the Three of Cups. Eight of Cups. Sorry, why did I say three? I'm like, that is not the Three of Cups. Sorry, I was just really focusing on the imagery. I'm gonna say, wow. Sorry, I felt it. I don't know if I'm channeling. I don't know if because I felt this overwhelming sense of sadness. And I don't know if I don't know, maybe the imagery just, I don't know if you can see it okay. I think it just really, yeah, so you could be going through a lot of pain, going through a lot of hurt here. You know, I do see, I'm going to say, I feel like for some of you, you could have recently walked away from something that was really painful to do, but it just wasn't quite what you needed, right? It didn't quite bring balance to you. You know, the Six of Pentacles talks about an energy of giving and receiving, of, you know, genuine connection, love, balance. Okay, sixes are good energies, right? And with the Pentacles, it's something that's grounded, something that's, you know, materialized. But I feel like, you know, okay, I'm also getting like this weird message because I feel like, you know, for some of you, you may have walked away from something because you felt like things were out of balance. But for others of you, sorry, my stomach. Well, that was weird. Like I felt like a weird, sorry, Taurus. Sorry, I don't want to pause this, but wow, I don't know. What is going on? I'm so sorry. Okay, let's move on. All right, I don't want to restart or pause this because it's not. But I do feel like some of you may have chosen to walk away from something despite it feeling like it was a balanced connection. So there might be some pain because you're like, this was actually really good. This was actually something that made me feel stable or something that could have grown. And where you felt, I'm getting the reciprocity of the connection, but for some reason you still felt like you needed to walk away from the situation. Okay, so that can vary, you know, like for some of you it could be one thing, for some of you it could be the other, but I was getting that message strongly. And I'm gonna say, like, I do feel Like my heart feels very heavy right now. So I don't know if y'all are carrying a lot of pain. Maybe there's a lot of feelings and emotions that you need to process at this moment. Um, Talking things out maybe, or just allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to cry. You know, with the Eight of Cups, I'm gonna say that while I see the hurt in this card in particular, um, the Eight of Cups does speak of being okay and opening yourself up to bigger dreams, right? To creating new dreams for yourself, to getting in touch with your feelings and your intuitions and saying like, well, what are they telling you? What are they telling you about what you need and what you want? Sorry, I don't know. I just, whoa. Okay, look, tell me if it makes sense. If this is not making sense, if this is not making sense to you, then you know it's not making sense to you. It's not your story. Maybe check a different placement. But I am getting that there is a source of pain here, because what you're feeling is like, but what you really want is this person that for some reason you can't have, or you can't be with this person. Like there's something that's kind of blocking this connection, or something that's just, I don't know. So like you could be carrying some of that pain here. But you know, allow yourself to dream. You know, allow yourself, you know, is there a different dream? You know, sometimes dreams shift and dreams change, and that's what the of that's what eights and the Eight of Cups speak to, right? Dreams often needing to be redirected, and that ultimately you can find something else that will be fulfilling, and that you can, you know, find the thing that's going to, you know, be that wish fulfillment for you, right? Like it's what you're going to charge toward. I don't know, I'm just really sensing that for a lot of you, it can just be a month or a time of healing and processing to grief and processing through loss and stuff. So goodness golly, Taurus. Whoa. Yeah, look, you will be finding, you will be ultimately heading toward a place of stability, okay? The Four of Pentacles showed up over here, so I do feel like you will be kind of grounding yourself, kind of getting reestablished, really saying, okay, you know what? This is what I'm going to let go of. This is what I'm going to focus on. You know, this is, and I feel like you're going to be like, okay, I am stable. I am feeling safe. I'm feeling secure. Like that energy is coming your way, okay? Um, but I do see a lot of reflection, you know, a lot of reflection about what it is that you're dedicating yourself to. I'm going to say, you know, some of you could be trying to distract yourselves with work, or distract yourselves with, like, I don't know, like distract yourself, just distract yourselves, period, right? But with things kind of like, I don't know, like I'm seeing an energy of like, you know, just kind of keeping yourself constantly busy, so that you don't have to think about the pain, or that you don't have to think about the hurt or what it is that you're going through. But with the Judgment card showing up here, I do feel like you're getting like a wake-up call or a judgment call, where like I'm getting the sense of, you know, you might be trying to suppress these feelings, but you're going to be getting constant reminders about it, or because there's something that you're being asked to process, that you're being asked to work through here. Like I feel like, you know, with Judgment, it's like you're refusing this wake-up call, you're refusing this new version of yourself, you know, like as you process these things and as you work through these emotions, there's this rebirth, this awakening, you know, this, you know, some of you could even, I mean, I don't know, I'm gonna throw this out there, but like, some of you could even be going through just like a new, like a spiritual awakening, an emotional awakening, a physical, like, I don't know, some sort of awakening, right? Where things are shifting, you know, to eight energies, things are shifting in the way that you're navigating the world right now. Like there's some changes showing up here. And the Judgment card wants you to actually pay attention to that pain, to that hurt, so that it's something that you can be aware of, and so that you can break any patterns that are keeping you from waking up the second opportunity, right? Like this chance to be born again and feeling more like yourself. Yeah. Um, Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I think this is, yeah, this is really reiterating. You have the Ace of Cups reversed, the Ten of Cups, the Temperance card. Okay, so like definitely bringing bringing into awareness, you know, that thing that didn't work out, that false start. For a lot of you, it could have just been like a false start, you know. And for some of you, I do see this as something that maybe was a little bit more established that ultimately didn't quite work out, you know, over here. But the Temperance card speaks to a lot of healing. This is just a time for healing, all right, Taurus. I do feel like you will be gaining clarity on what your Ten of Cups looks like eventually. You know, like you are heading toward that, and that energy does want to show up for you here. There's this reimagining, right, of what emotional fulfillment looks like to you. But you're just kind of having to go through the motions, you know, like, and sometimes the motions means having to dig deep so that you can rise back up again. Don't dismiss the things that made you unhappy. I know you look, you know, sometimes it's very uncomfortable energy, you know, but paying attention to the things that have caused you pain, paying attention to the things that didn't work out, is actually was going to allow you to really come into clarity about what it is that you want to charge toward and creation of this new dream. Okay, so don't, you know, don't be afraid to do some shadow work this month as well. All right. I'm gonna say, you know, also, like, while you're doing this shadow work, while you're doing these other things, you know, don't be afraid to do things that are fun for you. Okay, with the Page of Wands, you know, exploring your creativity, having some fun. I'm gonna say, you know, you do you. Okay, I am not advising you any which way. Okay, I'm just telling you some of the energy that's showing up here. But some of you could be like using kind of flings or just kind of, you know, connections, like come and go connections, like I'm hearing like one night stands and kind of things like that, to try to distract you, like, again, you know, like I feel like the sense of you really cost like trying to distract yourself here. You know, so, you know, just be mindful of that energy. Like if it's something that you feel like it's helping you heal, you do you. But if it could be something that that could be messing with your stability and actually causing more delays than you want. I don't know, just because the Eight of Pentacles did show up reversed. So to me, that's a reminder of like a redirection of energy, okay? Because I do feel like you could have a lot of creative energy. Like some of you might be wanting to channel your pain and channel your hurt into something like some sort of outlet. And for you, like sex might be what's your, you know, where you're channeling it right now. Not saying for everybody, okay? Look, you do you. If it's what's working for you, do you, okay? But for others, I'm also seeing like exploring other creative outlets as a way to continue to process those emotions, right? So it could be, you know, whatever creativity looks like for you. I mean, it could just be like dancing, it could be singing, it could be writing, it could be music, it could be art, it could be walking, running, working out, okay? Like anything that, but that's creative for you, okay? And that can vary. So sorry, I really am getting writing. So like writing things down could be good for you right now. You know, it doesn't remember free verse. Sorry. Yeah, free verse. Sorry, but like as far as poetry, right? Like it doesn't have to rhyme, you know, like, but I feel like you could be having some words that need to be released out of you as well. Okay, so put them into writing. All right. Yeah, goodness golly. All right, anything else? Yeah. Look, you're learning. You're learning, you're growing. This is, you know, with the Queen of Swords, I'm gonna say Queen of Swords is somebody who learns how to take care of herself, right? She's gone through some shit, and so she learns to be tough. She learns to be strong. She learns to be smart about how she's navigating the world. The reversal to me just wants to remind you to not dismiss the emotional aspect, because sometimes the Queen of Swords can become a little hardened, right? With particularly when she shows reversed, it's like all of the difficult things that she's gone through make her a little bit hardened to the world, you know, somebody who communicates very callously, somebody who's not considerate. So I do feel like this is kind of a reminder or kind of like a warning to that. Make sure that you're not delving into that energy, because the Queen of Swords ultimately still carries some of the water energy, the softer energy, the nurturing energy, right? So you can be logical, you can be smart about things, you can strategize, you can be like, you know what, this is what I've learned, all these amazing things, and I can still be nurturing, I can still be soft, I can still be compassionate here, okay? I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, Taurus, but thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining me. I hope that there were messages for you in this reading. If there were, I would absolutely love to hear from you. Best of wishes this month, and I hope to see you again soon. All right, we are going to, we made it to Aries. Wow. 2 hours here. Wow. Holy schmoly. Wow. All right. Whoa. Ace of Wands. That can be, that's definitely, ooh, Aries. Aries, you are so excited, aren't you? Aries, Aries, Aries. Just getting a sense of impatience. All right. I'm gonna make you wait now. You know, when I put in the timestamps, you know, I'm gonna go wherever I say hello, but maybe I should. I don't know. All right. All right. Nope, I still need water. Goodness golly. Wow. Hello, 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 Aries. Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, or whichever placement brought you here. Welcome to your reading. I'm going to say really random. Well, first of all, we're starting with your energy check. So if this part of the reading does not sound like you, does not resonate with you, please go ahead and check out a different placement. Now, I was going to say, I'm getting a sense of impatience. Okay, like right before I was getting kind of like the sense of impatience and delays, right? Because sorry. I don't know, there could be something that you've been waiting for, or this kind of desire, this wanting to get started. Yeah, you have the Hermit showing up reversed, right? So you're kind of like, I've been in isolation, things are not coming my way, like I'm ready to get out there, right? But you haven't quite made some moves yet, or you haven't quite gotten the ball rolling here, you know. But I feel like you're like ready. You're kind of like, okay, I want to do this. I feel like, you know, some of you could be coming from a place of, I'm gonna say, you could be coming from a place of material loss, more recent. Like, I don't know what that, you know, for some of you, it could be stemming from a connection, right? Like maybe you were in a relationship, there was a breakup, and you kind of like, oh, like I lost some of my stuff, or oh, like I don't know, or like it's just like in your personal life, right? Like the sense of feeling down and out temporarily, right? But I feel like you're gathering your resources, like you're figuring out, you know, like, okay, like who are, you know, what are the important things in my life? What do I actually want to create? What am I, you know, what stands out to me? What do I want to focus on, right? I feel like you're kind of gaining this clarity within yourself. And that's why you're like, okay, now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to get out there. I'm getting, you know, I've been healing. I've been bringing light to the situation. I have a better understanding of who I am and what it is that I want. But how do I get it out there? All right. So let's see what else is showing up for you, Aries. All right. What does Aries need to know right now? Something wanted to pop up, but let me see if I can do a better shuffle this time. All right. All right, you have the Death card, you have the King of Wands, you have the Chariot, and you have the Knight of Swords. Goodness fucking golly, yeah. All right, look, first of all, I'm gonna say there will be communication. You could be starting some talking stages with some people. You could be, you know, keep an eye out for Libra. Libra, Gemini is mostly what I'm getting. Could be Aquarius as well, okay? Could be a Cancer, could be Sag, could be Scorpio. Goodness golly, what? Okay, never mind. It does not have to be don't worry about the sign. All right, the point is that I do feel like you could be kind of getting started into a talking stage with someone, like getting to know somebody. You could be starting to put yourself out there. I feel like you are making the move. You are like saying, yep, I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna charge forward. All right, but you do have the death card showing up here for you, like in your innermost. So before you charge forward, you're being asked to slow down and really check in with yourself about what you're leaving behind, because the death card is saying something isn't quite done yet. And before you can charge towards success, before you embody this chariot energy that is like, yup, let's do this, we're moving forward, we're making things happen, you have to figure out, like, what choice am I making here? Which way am I going? What am I not repeating with the death card? This is really about leaving behind the things that don't serve you, so that you can have, you know, a new version of yourself that's like, you know, that you're closing out past cycles, you're transforming your energy, you're saying, right, like, I don't want to do that anymore, right? I don't want to get caught up in these other messes. So what is that? You know, what does that look like for you here? All right. I do feel like as you address these things, you know, then, you know, you get to charge forward, you get to like start working toward things, you know. I'm gonna say, I do feel like, you know, be mindful, you know, because the Knight of Swords can be a little impulsive, right? It's just, it is the fastest of the knights here. So, you know, I think that's where that reflection and that checking in is going to be so important, so that you're not just ending up, you know, repeating things that didn't work out, or that you don't end up kind of flopping here and then feeling worse because you didn't pay attention to something that needs to be released, something that needs to be let go. Okay. But I do see you showing up very I feel like you're going to be very attractive at this time, showing up very in your power, very taking charge of things. Okay, I see you like making choices, making moves, and really being like admired. Okay, like some of you could be having like some sort of you know, some sort of level up, some sort of, you know, glow up. Like you could be you might even be like changing up your appearance, or something where you're like, you're being physically noticed as well. All right, but I feel like people are looking at you and they're like going like, oh, Aries is looking really good right now. Okay. So, you know, enjoy it, embody it, you know, let it be, because I do feel like there's this readiness, but do, you know, I'm gonna go back to this because, you know, this is Scorpio, this is Cancer, this is water energy, that is saying like, you know, your instincts are there, your impulses are there, your ideas are there, but how much work have you done around the feelings? Or how much are you recognizing your emotions, and how deep have you gotten, and like, you know, how deep have you delved into, um you know, I'm not saying that you're going to resolve everything, right? Like there is no such thing as resolving everything at once, but have you actually taken a step back to reflect on what might you're addressing? You know what, just because I'm being nosy, I'm gonna pull a couple of extra cards to see if you can get any, you know, I want to get a couple of different scenarios. If any of these resonate with you, cool. If they don't, and you already know what you need to do, then cool too, you know, but just in case it sparks any sort of thoughts. Okay, you know, what might, okay, yeah. Oh, goodness golly. Okay. Couple of things that you might be leaving behind. These are just some random options. Take them, leave them, doesn't have to be. Okay. You know, with the Queen of Wands and then the King of Wands showing up here, I feel like you're leaving the, well, okay, the reverse of me. You're leaving the part of you that is more self-absorbed and dismissive of others. Okay, like for some of you, that could be something that needs to change. Like you might have been very focused on yourself. I'm just gonna say like very me in past relationships. Look, if that's not your, like I said, you know, this is just in case it you know, brings up anything in anybody. All right. But for some of you, sorry, because I just heard a very loud like, oh, how dare you, I'm not like that, you know. So it doesn't have to be you. Okay, it could be somebody, but how much balance have you brought in connections before? Because there could have been some relationships that have been out of balance because you were too focused on your needs and unwilling to budge and connect with others, or like give yourself to others or listen to the other person's perspective and things like that. Okay, so that could be something that you're transforming or leaving behind. For some of you, yeah, I'm gonna say like closed-mindedness. For some of you, like being flighty, right? Like I feel like you might be like showing up and then leaving, right? Or just kind of I don't know, I'm getting like you being the ghoster, like you ghosting people, you just kind of being like, oh, I'm just here for I'm just here for a fun time, I'm just here for a short time, like just kind of like some of y'all could be leaving that behind. Okay, some of you could be you could be really focusing on um your balance and connect. Yeah, sorry, it's funny because all of these kind of justice card reverse as well, balance. Sorry, that's funny, like Aries and Libra energy, the oppositional energy. All right. But with the justice card reversed as well, like where you have felt a lack of balance before, can be very important because you might feel like, well, I'm over giving parts of myself in this sense, right? But then I haven't given enough in this sense, so what does that look like? Okay, for context, that might look like, okay, well, maybe you give a lot of your material, like maybe you're always like buying your person gifts and you're giving them money and you're like sharing all these things and you're like, oh, I'll pay your rent and I'll pay your this and I'll pay your that, and you're giving a lot of yourself in that way, but then you're not giving a lot of yourself emotionally, right? Like you're kind of like not talking about your feelings, or you're not really sharing something, or whatever. So it's kind of like, oh, bringing those things back into balance. I mean, that's a silly, like, that's one example, right? It can vary, right? Like for some of you it could be something completely different, but where do you feel like you've been giving too much of yourself, and where do you feel like you haven't been giving enough? Definitely something that needs to be transformed here. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, Aries. I hope that there were messages for you here. If there were, please feel free to let me know. I really appreciate your likes, comments, subscribes. They let me know if you want to see more readings like this and if there was anything for you here. Thank you, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. All right.